Hey guys, this is Dixon from DMF Academy. So, after months of preparation, we are finally ready to launch our first product. For more info about this bundle sales and exclusive offer, feel free to check out the link in our description box. If the link is not working, it means that the offer period is over already. You can still head on to our website to get access to this product. So without further ado, let's continue with our video. Thank you. For the first question, 1a. Okay, find the percentage increase. So you take the new, which is 1.13, minus the original, then divide by the original again. Okay, then multiply it by 100 to convert the results into percentage. So your final answer, 16.5% after rounding it to 3 significant figures. For part B, so there's a 60 page. Okay, first thing that I did was to find the total ratio. By taking 5 plus 7, you get 12. So the ratio for advertisement is 7. So 60 times 7 divided by 12, you will get 35. Write the numbers of pages of advertisement as the percentage of numbers of pages of news. So 35 over 60 minus 35 multiplied by 100, then you get 140%. For section C, first I convert the euro into dollar by dividing it by 0.9416. Okay, then minus them off to find the difference of 1.26. For part D, okay, keying here decrease exponentially. Okay, so by using the compound formula, I took the 1,763,000 multiplied by 100% minus x% to the power of 21 equals to 58,000. So shift the 1.7 million to the other side. Okay, root it with 21. Okay, then shift the 100% to the other side. After the calculation and getting rid of the negative, you get 15% as the answer. Question E. Keyword here, upper bound. I first find the rounding value okay, using near centimeter. So I took 1 divided by 2, you get plus minus 0.5. Okay, to calculate the area, so just take 43.5 times 28.5 equals to 1239.75 cm squared. Question 2. First thing here, ACB is a isosceles triangle. So for you to find their value, you just take 180 minus 26 divided by 2. Then the next thing is that you need to know, since they are parallel, so CAB equals to ABF as 26. So X value will actually be 77 plus 26 equals to 103. For section B, two things here, there's two right angle triangle. The first one is QPT and the other one is PQ and the one at the corner there. Okay, so two rules that they follow: angle from the diameter and from radius to a tangent line outside, they will form a 90 degree. So the next thing, you should be able to identify, okay, PQ, the two value over there. So the first one is 32. Okay, then you take 180 minus 90 minus 32, you get 58. Then using the angle from the same sector, you know the other side is 58 as well. Okay, with that being said, 58 plus 17, okay, plus the unknown equals to 180. So you get 105. So because there's a straight line there, so your y result should be 180 minus 105, which is 75. Question 3. Okay, write down the probability that Andre does not cycle to school. So the total probability is 1. So 1 minus r will be the probability that Andre does not cycle to school. So B number 1. Okay, so just multiply the 1.3 minus r with 1 minus r. Your results will be 0.4. Run the calculation for part 2. Then multiply both sides with 10 to get rid of the decimal. Okay, then you should be able to prove the results. Okay, if you look closely enough, okay, I've forgotten to put the 10 into the r square part. So do take note on this particular mistake. Part 3, factorize. 5r times 2r equals to 10r squared. 9 times 1 equals to 9. Cross multiply them. Then I put negative for both in order to fulfill the requirement of negative 23r. So after the shifting, you will get r's as 1 over 2 and 9 over 5. However, 9 over 5 is not accepted, okay, because it already exceeded the total. Okay, if you were to consider it, your entire question will be invalid. So you just take 1 over 2 in and your probability will be 0.8. Question 4. Okay, first I divide everything by 2 to arrange it into the y equals to mx plus c format. So the gradient here will actually be 3 over 2 and the coordinate, the intercept here will be 0, 2. For part B, so to calculate the equation of the line, first you need to identify the gradient. Okay, so by running the y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 formula, you get your gradient as -2, and your intercept here is 6. So the entire equation, y equals to -2x plus 6. Section 2, gradient of the original line multiplied by gradient of the new line equals to -1. So your new gradient, which is the tangent perpendicular one, will be 1 over 2. So y equals to 1 over 2x plus c. Substitute the point 9, 3 into it, you will get c as -3 over 2. So adjust it into the formula, you will get y equals to 1 over 2x minus 3 over 2, or 0.5x minus 1.5. Question C, pretty straightforward, just utilize the formula, which goes by x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. So the results for square root 10, which is represented by 12.6. Question 2, pretty straightforward, just run the midpoint calculation, then you get 2, 3 as the results. Question 5. Substitute the x equals to 0.2, 1 and 2 into the formula. Then you get the respective y results as 2.45, 0.25 and -0.25. Plot it down onto the table, okay, and it should look something like this. So question C, okay, since the left hand side, the entire thing is the original formula, then you can transform it into y. So y equals to 1 over 2. So when y equals to 1 over 2, your x results will actually be 0.75. Section D, number 1, just draw down the line by setting the point. When x equals to 0, y is 2. When x is 1, y is 1. So I drew it over there, and the intersection will be 0.3 and 2.38. Question E. Okay, this is actually not as hard as you think. All you need to do is to combine them, okay, into a single fraction. Okay, so you will get 2 minus x squared over 4x. So when this entire thing equals to 0, your x after the shifting and calculation will be square root 2. So question 6a, just expand, then you will get x squared plus 4x minus 21 as the answer. For part B, I extracted 5 and q squared from both of the variables. Hence, the balance will be 3p squared minus 5q. Okay, for part number 2, I extracted 2g from the front. So we have a bracket of 2f plus 3h inside and 5k from the last two variables. So the bracket will be 2f plus 3h as well. So after the rearrangement, you will get 2g plus 5k bracket 2f plus 3h. Section number 3, okay, using the a squared minus b squared formula. So a will be 9k and our b will be m. So 9k plus m, 9k minus m. Section C, okay, first I combine everything into one fraction first. Okay, then run the calculation, shift the 5 to the other side. Okay, your x results will be 5.5. Question 7a, calculate the interior angle for each of it. So n minus 2 times 180 divided by n equals to 108. You will get your n as 5 after the shifting and calculation. For section B, first thing that I did was to identify the keyword regular pentagon. So all of the sides will be the same, which means the 360 is being split into 5 equal parts. So each of it will be 72. So AOB is 72, EOA is 72, etc. So the next thing that I identified was that the 54 for OBA. So how did I get that? I took 180 minus 72 divided by 2. Then the last thing that I did was to identify BOM. So the value will actually be 36 because M is the midpoint joining to the center. So with that being said, I can now use sine MOB equals to BM over OB. By running the calculation, you will get your BM's results as 7.05. Find BX. Okay, since that we have the MBX as 90 and ABX is a straight line, so 54 plus 54 is actually 108. Hence the balance of MBX will be 180 minus 108. Results 72 degrees. With that being said, we can now calculate BX using cosine. XBM equals to MB over BX. Running the calculation, BX final results 22.8. Whereby for part B, calculate the area of AOX. Okay, if you remember, you can actually use half AB sine C over here. So since that we have AOA's value and we have AX value, half times 12 times 36.9 times sine 54. Your results 179 cm square. Question 12. Okay, this is the usual sine rule, cosine rule question. So first one, to find AB, you are actually required to use cosine rule. Okay, by substituting the value into the formula, you will get AB's results as 15.7. Whereby for BC, for this point, you are required to use sine rule. So things to identify would actually be DCB's angle. By taking 180 minus 53 minus 95, you will get 32. Okay, so sub it into the formula, run the shifting, you will get BC's results as 18.7. Section B, calculate the value of y. Arc length is 7.7, so y over 360 times 2 pi times 3.8, okay, which is our 2 pi r here, equals to 7.7. Shift it, then you get 116.1. And calculate the area of this sector by taking 116.1 divided by 360 times pi r squared, then you get 14.6. Section 9. Okay, first to calculate the mean, you need the midpoint. Then take the midpoint, multiply to its respective frequency, divide by 100 as shown in the question, 100 students. So your results, 12.8. Part B, cumulative frequency, simply add all the variables up. Okay, so you get 16, 54, 84, 93, and 100. With all these points, you can now construct the cumulative frequency diagram over here. So median is 50%, so when it is 50 students, your dollar value will actually be 9.5. And for inter-quarter range, you will find the 75 students and 25th student, value as 16 and 6.5. The difference is 9.5 as well. The last one, numbers of students who spend more than 25. So from 25 we drew it up, we arrive at 90. So 100 minus 90, you will get 10. Question 10a. So 4 over 3 pi r cubed equals to 24,430. R cubed will actually be 24,430 divided by 4 over 3 pi. Run the calculation, you will get your r as 18. Whereby for section 2, okay, things that I did here was to put everything in pi form because it is easier to calculate and you can get rid of the decimals. So the things that I did extra was to convert the metal sphere back into pi form as well. So 150,000 pi minus 7,776 pi divided by 1,000. Then you will get 446.8 liters. Okay, the reason why I divide it by 1,000 is to convert it into liters. So for part B, the calculation that I did there was to convert meters into centimeter. Okay, then the results I divide by 200. Okay, then I found 16,200 seconds. So divide it by 60 to find it as 270 minutes and divide it by 60 again to find it in hours and minutes format. So the balance, you convert it back into minute by multiplying into 60. Okay, minus the 4 first. Please remember that. Question C, okay, this is actually the mathematically similar question. So for area, please remember to square root them. Okay, so the bigger area, square root 295 over the 17 equals to the smaller one, which is square root 159 over the unknown. So the unknown after the calculation will be 12.5. Question 11, okay, for sequences topic, if you are unsure what you're doing, you can refer to the video available at my channel. So I actually make an in-depth explanation on this question. So 11a, find the numbers of line. So what we have here is, for the first one, 4 to 10, 10 to 18, 18 to 28. So difference is actually plus 6, plus 8, plus 10, which means diagram 5 you just plus 12, and from diagram 5 to 6 just plus 14. Whereby for the numbers of dot, the difference is 4, 5, 6, which means from diagram 4 to diagram 5 just plus 7. So from diagram 5 you just plus 8, you will arrive at diagram 6. Okay, so for part B, I use a specific formula, okay, designed for geometric sequence. Okay, so I first find two rows of the differences, then I put a square, triangle, and star, okay, which relates to the respective equation. So 2a equals to 2, 3a plus b equals to 6, and a plus b plus c equals to 4. Run the calculation and sub in the a, b, c's value you've gotten into an squared plus bn plus c equals to 0. So you will get n squared plus 3n, or you can write it as n bracket n plus 3. Okay, C. Use the formula that you've gotten earlier, okay, and list it equals to 10,300. Run the calculation, you will get your n as 100. So R's value, which is 100 here. D, okay, same thing. Run the calculation for numbers of dot. Using the same formula again, you will get half n squared plus 5 over 2n plus 1. So A will be half, B will be 5 over 2. So this is actually the easiest set among all the 2019's paper 4. Okay, so if you find this difficult, okay, then you need to do more past years practice already. Alright, so I wish you all the best in your upcoming examination. Thank you.